Mark.
Hello, Brittany. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I just really wanted to touch base today and see where we were at on some of the things.
Can you explain to me on my reverse labor for yesterday? The necessary daily sales, why is it so high?
All right, so I went to your labor allotment. This is a labor allotment for the 14th, so the one that you just completed, okay? You know how you enter this labor cost percentage and hit calculate, and it brings you to this page?
Yeah.
So this 25.96% contains salaried management. No matter what, if you think about it, salaried managers are fixed costs, so no matter if they work 5 hours or 50 hours, they're getting paid the exact same. Right. So this 12.71% is what's actually being allotted to you for your variable labor, which is going to be your hourly labor. Now, if I go back into reverse labor, you see how that 12.7%, it's 71%, but it just fluctuates a little bit. You see how they're pretty much the exact same number? So that's your variable labor target, right? So basically what it's saying is with 46 hours originally scheduled, to hit this 12.7% of just variable labor, you're gonna have to do this much in sales to be able to hit that labor cost percentage. Now, because you did not hit that much in sales, you actually hit 2,000 basically in sales, and you worked 47.76, so it's actually hitting a 16.53%. Here's the thing, Mark. It doesn't matter. Most people are over budget on Monday, for example, because you're coming back from the weekend, you're prepping out your kitchen and whatnot. So as long as your cumulative labor cost at the very end of the week is low or closer to target, that's what we're really looking for. So we know that Monday is a little bit higher, so we want to make sure that maybe Tuesday can weigh each other out. That's all it is. And then the last thing I'll do is I just like to verify some numbers, and so I'm going to open up both positions. Did Michelle actually work 4 to 10:15 p.m.? Because those are pretty exact numbers, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, she did.
She may not have saved.
She did. It was, I noticed that too because I didn't have to hit anything. So yeah, it was right.
And Hunter worked overtime of 11 points.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so all that stuff is accurate. So as long as you're aware of it, just make sure that somewhere along the lines of this week that you try to get maybe Tuesday to be closer to under budget.
All right, so let's take a look real quick at prime cost.
Okay.
So our sales, our projection was 14,900, but we actually did 15,395. So you beat budget by $495. That's awesome.
Good.
Now your cost of goods, you're gonna see it's all kind of different, right?
Right.
So what happens, and I'm just gonna show you. So I'm gonna pick on one, draft beer, right? So it's 1,056 and 25 cents. I just wanna show you where just everything comes from. So when I checked, you didn't have any purchases of draft beer this week.
Right.
Okay. But look, this is your inventory, 1,056.25. So that's why it's got this number. So it's just saying, hey, I didn't buy any, but because we didn't have a beginning inventory, it automatically said that you increased by this much. Right?
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yep. So it's always that first time that we get it.
Yeah.
It gives you numbers like this. And then now for next week, you're going to have a beginning inventory and an ending inventory. Yep. That we can't worry about too much right now. Your labor, I mean, look, you're targeted for 16.52 hours, but you only work 16.52%.
Right.
You only use 10.76%.
Now, are the managers worked into that or no?
No. This is strictly the variable labor. Your managers are down here. So look, so your managers were 12. So actually, you had more management than you did in hourly.
Right.
So with benefits, taxes, and insurance, so you're looking at around 25.99.
Okay.
For labor.
So I'm still okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because look, it's telling you're actually targeted for 32, but you'll hit 25. So you're 977 under target for labor. I'm just saying that's real low. So
yeah, good, cool. Yeah, I am a little short staffed, so but trying to make it up for myself.
Gotcha. No, I understand. So real quick, how did inventory go?
Well, it wasn't horrible, but it's still not a joy yet. We're still getting it, getting accounts in. Putting it in wasn't bad. You know, I'm still missing a few, but me and Brittany went over that Tuesday, so next week will be closer. You know, I think about it all the time. It's not as horrible as I think. Once I started, it's not bad. It's just I get up Sunday morning and I start thinking about it, and it's like, because I'm the only Sunday's my shortest staff day.
Gotcha.
It's really me and it's 2 other people. So it's like I try and sneak away and do the first half of it, and then through the night Jake sneaks off the grill because I have enough people on the grill and fryer to where he can do the second half.
Gotcha.
So it's been getting done.
Tell you, so when I first implemented this system in our restaurant, now we had a really big restaurant, right? The first time we had 6 people counting, and it took us 4.5 hours.
Okay.
We had 5 walk-in coolers. It was a beast. I know some of my team were like, is this what it's gonna be like every week? 6 people, 4.5 hours. So once I just made sure everything, we talked about it, everything being labeled, living in the same spot, right?
Right.
Once everything's in place, everything is shelf to sheet. It took us 2 people, 45 minutes.
I like that.
And it goes extremely quick. And because here's the thing, if it takes that long, right? You know what's gonna happen? People start going, yeah, you know what? Because no one's looking, this is how much is in a cooler, and they just start making up numbers. Now, recipes, how we're looking.
Recipes, we're not looking yet.
Gotcha.
I talked to Jay, I talked to Brittany about it, so I'll definitely, that's something by next week, we'll definitely get some in so we can get started. I wanted more fun on Jay, and so, but I'll have to push him a little bit to get it started, but it'll get done quick.
Okay.
Not quick, but soon.
I understand. So what I would recommend is, even if like today is not a good day for him, right? Let us know what day is good for him, all right? And say, hey, okay. Look, I'm making it up. Monday at 2:00 your time works good. If I have to get another coach on the line, even if it's for 20 minutes, work with them and say, hey, let's put a couple of recipes in together just to make sure he's got it down pat. Because once he really gets it down, because the first few times you're going around, I don't care what program it is. It can be any program.
Yeah.
The first few times you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Awesome. And as I said, that way we can just, because here's the thing, I just want to make sure you're successful, right? That's my only goal.
I appreciate it.
So
I know.
I just want to make sure, hey,
I know.
Let's get this right. And then once we get the recipes, then we can start mapping. And then we're going to be able to go look at, like on your inventory, if your food cost is high, you can be like, well, why? I'm telling you, it's all looking good. Like I said, we just got to get recipes and go ahead.
I can't rave about you guys enough. You guys have been an amazing help here. It's what I expected, and it's been nice to learn more about the back end, a lot more.
Awesome.
And I wish I had more time to do it. That's the thing, but I'm getting it done. So.
Sure. And this is what I tell this to people, even when I was consulting them. I'm like, listen, do not try to do everything in one day. I tell you about recipes. If you tried to put in 20 recipes a day, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
What I would do is pick and say, okay, listen, I can do 3 a day, right? Do 3. Because you still have to run your business. You can't just close your doors and say, I'm putting recipes. No.
I would.
You gotta keep having revenue coming in. So if 3 is what you can do comfortable a day, 3. And it just gets easier and easier. And and progress over perfection. Okay?
Okay.
We'll get to perfection. But I want to keep moving forward, because the more you move forward, you're going to start seeing your numbers. And again, it's not that you're going to sit there and go, I really have to cut food costs. You're going to see like, wait a minute, why do we have X amount of this? I don't need that much. And then the next thing you know, your food cost just starts coming down, right?
It's funny. It's funny, Gino. I'm already doing it in visual, not in accounting anymore. And I was just talking to Danny, my son, about that. And it's like, why do we have all of this and all of this and all? And it's making me notice more than that I should have. I should have noticed a long time ago. I get 3 trucks a week, plus I go to Restaurant Depot maybe once or twice. There's nothing that I need that much backup for. If I got an emergency, I can get it. And there's no way I'm gonna have an emergency with a lot of the stuff I have. So yeah, it's money sitting on the shelf. So
exactly
for no reason.
But that's what's so wonderful about systems. And again, you're gonna be able to, once we get enough history into your system, right? Enough inventories, you're gonna be able to create a PAR. And it's gonna tell you how much you should have. And listen, I always tell you, I wanna verify it. So what I like to do is you can go do your order manually, come back, and it takes seconds. You can then create an order through our system and match them. And you're gonna see how close.
Cool.
I had a client one time, he's like, no, you don't understand my business. I said, look, restaurants are restaurants, right? Regardless of what kind of food you sell. So he had a manager and he says, I have to do my big order today. I said, well, great. I'm here. I'm going to create an order for you. You go do yours. Let's see where we meet. So it took him, I think he was gone for about an hour and a half. And it took me all of 6 minutes. And everything matched except 2 items. And those 2 items, he actually confessed and said, I think I went heavy. So I'm going to go with yours. And I'm like, again, this is not something that we're saying is magic. It's not, it's just strictly data.
That's cool.
And so this will definitely help you out and training other people. And then when you're sitting on the beach in Hawaii and you're like, hey, I just want to make sure all this is right, you can just hit a few buttons from your phone and you got it.
Well, tell me about that again. What's this Hawaii sitting on the beach? I like that. Let's hear that more. I'm ready. Believe me, I'm like everyone else. I'm ready for a beach and a vacation too.
Yeah, we're gonna get you there. Okay, we're gonna get you there.
Sounds good.
All right. So, do you have any other questions? Any concerns?
No, I mean, I do. At the end of the day, the labor reports, all of that stuff. It's all come together nice. POS is really, it's not a pain in the neck like I thought. Entering all of those online, it's been going smooth.
Good. Okay.
I usually end up, if I see it, we have a stack of them, and the girls are pretty good about putting it in. But we've been, we've been very blessed the last week because the rodeo's in town, so we've been pretty busy with that.
Okay.
Because they stay at the hotel by us. But so when the girls fall behind, I always jump in, and the system's working good. It's all getting in nice. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I wish I did. I really, it's such a pain in the neck, but I wish I did it. It was nice. It's nice because I know my numbers all the time now. Exactly, which is nice. So,
and what happened is your whole team will know it too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and again, look, I'm a 3rd generation restaurateur/chef, and I really thought I knew what I was doing. And we were making good money. When we first heard of this system, we're like, okay, whatever. We said, let's try it. So my brother and I, we got it and we put it to use. And we really did. We followed it to the T. We're like, hey, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it 100%, right? And we were consistently running a 65% profit. When I'm telling you, we were running consistent 55, 10%. And that was on over almost $7 million a year. That's big money.
Yeah. And
10%. And again, we didn't cut any quality, right?
Right.
We actually had another client. His father has been in business for 30 years, and his son's been taking it over. And the son just sent us a letter saying, I just got to let y'all know, my father is finally a believer in y'all. Because again, he thought that we were going to come in and say, oh, to save on food costs, reduce your quality. We're going to buy cheaper product. Like I said, you will never hear that out of any of our mouths. We will never tell you that.
Yeah.
And now, and this guy's the same way. He says he's profitable every month.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, anyhow, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you guys are great, and
well, thank you. And hey, you're great to work with. And like I said, I just want to see you. I want to see you on the beach in Hawaii. Okay, that's my goal now. I'm gonna get you there.
Okay, well, I'll leave now. I don't care. I'll get you. I'll get you going. Airfares are cheap. No one's flying. I'll get there. Let's go.
So one other thing is on checklist. So have y'all been using a checklist?
No.
Gotcha. So does everybody have the app on their phone?
Everybody except
or
my one server on the weekend. Everyone else has it.
Okay.
You can't figure out how to download it still.
Gotcha.
That's the one I told you had no room on her phone, but she's there a day. It's fine.
Okay. And if you want, have her contact us, and we'll walk her through it. So no, okay. So
I wouldn't do that to you. You're a good guy. If she ever watches, I'd say this to her face, so she knows.
But this is just something we want to just and let's get started. And again, I'm not telling you I would do all these checklists, but these are the ones we have in your system.
Yeah, I have to, because I handwrite them still. And this was when I first met you guys, this was something that excited me. So it's something I really do have to start looking at, is having checklists for them. Because I agree with you. If you know what you guys say, you put it on a wall and tell them clean a bathroom, and that's totally different than what you need.
Yep.
So
like, I'll just show you, like on this one. So on this, you can make it repeat, and you can say when you want it to start, because you might not want your checklist starting at 6 a.m, right? So that way people are at home doing it. You say, hey, look, we open at 10 o'clock, but I know my staff gets here at 9, so 9 o'clock is when the checklist will be active.
Okay.
Then you can put a deadline, and when we say deadline, it's not saying once you hit, let's just say you pick 3 o'clock. It's not saying at 3 o'clock you can't do anything with it. It just says at 3 o'clock, it sends the person that's assigned the checklist and any of the management team that's assigned to the checklist to say, hey, this checklist has not been done yet. Okay, so then the person can go back and do it. And on here, you can do, now these are all instructions, right? On Monday, enter your labor allotment. So this is all stuff that basically your managers would kind of do, right?
Gotcha.
So this is closing expo checklist. So they have different, so this is check marks, but you can do something different. So if you don't want a check mark, you can do yes or no. You can do multiple choice, free response. You can do photo. So let's just say you want to clean the dumpster area, right? Because back in the day, because I remember this, right? Because I had people do it to me. You used to have to use your camera and put the picture on your device, right? And then upload it. So what they would do is they'd go clean the dumpster area, get it beautiful, and then take a picture, and that's the picture they would use every day. Okay. Yeah. Except one day, I remember I was looking at the checklist, and I drove up to that restaurant, and I look, and I'm like, that doesn't look the same at all. And that's how I figured it out. And I'm like, okay, that's not good.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. I gotta give credit. Pretty smart.
This one, it doesn't live on their phone. So when you have this multimedia and they go to click to answer it, it basically pulls that camera up. When you take a picture, it goes straight to the cloud. It does not even touch their phone.
Cool.
And that way you can do it. And there's different ways.
But I like that. Yeah, this is a feature, like I said, I really, I'm going to kind of make it my next project because I do like it and I do got to get it implemented.
Okay. And then what's great about it is now you have history. So you see how, like right here, how all these circles are all in gray? Well, when you actually are completed, they turn blue, right? And it'll show you. So if you have 18 questions in this checklist, so if all 18 are done, it'll be 18/18.
Cool.
Well, if you ever want to, go ahead.
How do they get it then, or how do they know it's there?
So it will send them a text.
Okay.
Okay. So they actually answer this on the app, but you will put it. So when you actually come in here, and you're going to say, who do you assign this to? So you can assign it. So you can go, just say position. You can do station. So let's just say you're going to pick server, and let's say you have a late station, right? So I'm just going to say PM2. You can create PM2 And now anybody who works that station only gets the checklist. So it's not all service.
Okay.
So you can do that. And again, it all depends. If you want all your service, then you just do it by position and it cuts one of those off, right?
Gotcha.
You just say front of the house server, you load user schedule, and only people scheduled that day for that position will get the checklist. So if they're off, they don't get notified and you don't bother them. We'll make this meeting short, but unless you have something else that you want to go over.
No, I'm good.